Good afternoon and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here this afternoon with Bernie and Rich, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Bernie's ability to understand and respond to his formal on-leash obedience commands, the correction and the motivation that we give the puppies when we're working with them, and the training equipment that we're using. Rich is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he keeps the bulk of the leash folded in his right hand. That leaves the left hand free to give any correction that's needed, and the only correction that we give is a little tug and release on the training collar. And that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Bernie's going to come home with his very own training collar, and you're going to be taught how to use that properly tomorrow during your follow-up training session. Now Bernie's sitting very nicely at Rich's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done. And the first exercise that they're going to demonstrate for us is heeling. Heeling is proper walking on a leash, and the command is Bernie, heel. Now at this point, Bernie has a job to do, and that is to remain even with Rich's left leg when they're walking, so that when you're walking in the city, he is not lunging out when he sees another dog, and we have practiced that, and that he's staying with you and staying focused on you rather than everything else that's going on around him. Included in that exercise is an automatic sit, so that when you stop to cross traffic or talk to someone on the street, that Bernie sits nicely at your left and waits for his next command. And the next command that we're going to demonstrate for you is the sit-stay. The stay is a hand and a voice command, and because it is a stationary exercise, we are not going to use his name. The long sit-stay, when you're practicing at home, and you can practice indoors as well as outdoors, you're going to start out with about 30 seconds, and you're going to work up on a daily basis to 3 minutes. When Rich returns back to him, he's going to walk all the way around him, ending all the way back where they started at heel position. And at this point, Bernie looks up at Rich because he's expecting to get another command, and they take off heeling again. So this has been one of your problems at home. I know that he is lunging out at the end of the leash, barking at other dogs. We've practiced with other dogs. If he's heeling with you, he can't possibly be lunging and barking and carrying on and embarrassing you. Nice automatic sit. Again, Rich leaves him in a sit-stay. And this is to develop focus and attention span and self-control. Now, instead of returning back to him this time, Rich is going to call him, and this is the come-on command. You use his name, you use a happy voice, you coax him right in, you have him sit right in front of you, and then he goes back to heel position. So everything starts and stops at heel position, and they take off heeling again. And you can practice some of these exercises right in your home. You don't necessarily have to always go outside with him. You can, but you don't have to work on your obedience. On really hot days, you can practice right in your living room. He's a small enough dog. Rich leaves him again in another sit-stay. And remember the come-on command, we always try to lighten our tone of voice when we call him. And Rich talks to him on his way in to keep him coming in and then sitting, so he's not putting his little front feet on you, because that's what he wants to do. And Rich is giving him a little pat for praise. He's come a really, really long way. I think you're going to be very proud of him. I know he's going to test you when he first sees you, but we're going to be here to help you. Now, the next exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is the down from a heel position. So before you put your dog into a down, you always have him sitting. You use your left open palm straight down toward the ground, the one-word command to down and stay. And this is definitely a command that you should practice in your house. You're going to start out at about 1.5 minutes, and you're going to work all the way up to 5 minutes. When Rich returns back to him, he will walk all the way around him just as he did on the sit-stay, and Bernie has been taught to remain lying there until he gets his next command. And Rich is going to heel him out of that. He's doing a really, really good job. These toy breeds can be even harder than the big guys when it comes to obedience. So with him seated, you're going to take your left open palm, push it straight down toward the ground, and give the one-word command to down and stay. Remember, always focusing on self-control, focus, maturity. This time, Rich will call him out of that exercise. Now, if he doesn't want to do it, you use your leash to guide him in and have him sit, because he does have a little bit of a stubborn streak in there. Now, this time we're going to demonstrate for you the down from a distance. So what you're going to do is you're going to tell him to sit and stay. You're going to turn to face him. You're going to use your right hand to give the command to down. Perfect. That was the best yet. So these are all of the obedience commands that you're going to be working on with Bernie at home. We have a whole packet of information regarding housebreaking, crate training, and all of the things that you're going to want to do at home with Bernie. He's a sweet guy, and we've enjoyed having him. And thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company.